Hey everyone, Dan here with L.E. Wilson. Follow-up video for the bushing size. After the neck dies, we wanted to cover bushings. How do you figure bushing size? It totally depends on what you're loading. Typically, you want a couple thousand script on your bullets for any type of bench rush shooting. If it's a semi-automatic type feed, you want a little more grip. To hold the bullet in there. You really don't want to go over 5 with our bushings because we don't have an expander in there. What it does is it goes in there and sizes it down to the dimension you want. So there's more distortion with more sizing. But we'll go over that in a minute. I'm going to show you how to figure out bushing size based off some cases I have here. There's the loaded rounds that we're going to measure, and then how do you figure your bushing size from your prepared rounds that don't have the bullet in them. And this is in the caliber of 6mm PPC. So first we're going to measure the loaded rounds, and the best way to do it is to measure right where the bullet meets the case here. 261, 261, 261. Measure this one. You always want to measure 2 or 3 of these if you have them. 261, 261, 261. So pretty consistently 261. It shows me that those are nice uniform rounds. And it's real easy if you do it this way. You'll have your 261, and then you'll subtract 0.003. That'll give you about 2,000 grip because you can expect a little spring back after the brass is sized. That puts us at a 258 bushing. So that's the first way, real simple. The case wall thickness is a determining factor per caliber. So let me show you and take a hypothetical. Let's say we had this measure. What if this measured 264? We would have 264 minus 3, which would put us at 261. And what that would mean is our neck wall thickness is a little bit bigger because the bullet size has not changed. So knowing that, let's take a look at the prepared rounds. These measure 9, 0.009, 0.009. These are neck turned, so I know they should be fairly consistent here. 0.009, 0.009. And if you don't have them neck turned, you might get one that's 12 on one side, 11.5 on the other side. So 0.012 or 0.0115 even. You can get a variance of about 1,000. Shoot for the middle of those two numbers when you figure bushing size for wall thickness. So if we take 0.009 and we multiply that by 2, because there's 2 sides to the case, right? When we measured this, we had case wall thickness, bullet, case wall thickness. That's what we're doing here. We're taking the 2 sides. That's why you multiply by 2. So times 2 it gives us 18 thousandths. Next, so that's 0.018. That's both sides included. We add that to 243 bullet diameter for 6mm. 261, which is what these rounds measure, these loaded rounds. And then subtract for our grip 3 thousandths It gives us a 258 bushing, which is what we have here. Now let's talk a little bit about the bushings. A lot of confusion out there as to which way is up. So I have the necktie cap removed. Right, it's just 2 screws that come with it, and a little wrench is included. So if you put the number side, the numbers are stamped on the top of our bushings. Number side up is this end is the small side. So we do have a little bit of taper in here. This end being a few tenths of a thousandths larger than this end. It really depends on size, but and what reamer we've used. But anyway, the default is to put bushing numbers facing up in here. And it's a real tight fit, so you want to make sure you get it. So we count on the die being straight. That's why the bushing has such a tight fit in the recess. And that's what sizes your neck down so you can seat your bullet. We set these up as a default to size about the top 3/16 of the neck. Depending on the caliber and how long the neck is, it may look like it's sized more. But that's the standard that we set the dies to, because it's totally dependent on die length and case length, how much it sizes. So if you were to turn this over, numbers facing down in the recess like this, so you can't see the numbers, that would mean that you just added a few more tenths of a thousandths of grip on your round. Also, it's going to give you a little straighter size, because that end is going to be the small end. And when I say taper, there's not a whole lot. It's really not noticeable, but it is there, and it's kind of a feature that's unique to our bushings. Another thing that's unique to our bushings is we have several different sizes to accommodate for different wall thicknesses out there. So if you do turn to 8 thousandths, 9 thousandths, 10 thousandths, 11 thousandths, then there should be a bushing size for you. And that's the bushings overview. I hope that helps and clears up a few things. Thanks for watching.